What's up, everybody? Let's go. Bankroll B is back, man. Welcome to episode. I think this is 4. I think we're on 4 now, man. These episodes been flying by. This whole time's been flying by. It's kind of wild. I got the computer here today because we're gonna actually finally do some live betting on Bankroll. And gosh, I couldn't be more excited. I think this is my most exciting episode so far because this is football week. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the week that we can finally talk about real shit. And we don't just have to sit and talk about the preseason and just sit and wait. We have week 0. We have NCAA football this week. And your boy B couldn't be more excited. I'm back home in the man cave. And you guys need to go get your bankrolls quick. Very quick. Because right now it's real games. There's real football from here on out until February. Whatever, the first Sunday of February, we're going to be getting live. But first, before we even get into anything, I just want to shout out to my favorite bankroll players, man. There's a couple guys that have been really making some noise out here. There's a couple guys that have really been showing that smart betting is the best betting. And Bankroll is here to show that. That's why we have a combine. That's why you can pay $50 and get a $1,000 bankroll, is because we want you guys to not only win money, because that comes, but we want you to be smart bettors. We want you to be better bettors. We want you to be able to balance units with dollars. And we want you to be able to do everything that you can do on real betting on bankroll, but helping you. Instead of just throwing out a bunch of money and trying to survive, bankroll is the way to go. I'm telling you, we have a lot of people out there. And I can't stop talking about this guy. This guy even has a bankroll hat now. Shout out to Eli again. He turned a 10K bankroll into 20K real money. Actually, 20K plus real money. Eli's really on a tear. Benico, 29K real money from a 10K bankroll. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to get with him on social media and get to know him, because he's hitting him over the head. If I had a hammer here, boop, he's smashing him over the head. So I just want a big shout out to those guys. Those guys have been killing it. Those guys are the example of what, 50, 100, 200 bucks can turn into that, because bankroll is all about strategy. It's not about quantity. It's about strategy. It's about balancing your bucks. It's about making sure that you not only have the best picks, but you're putting the most amount on picks that should be hit, should be not hit. We're taking big money on these. We're taking small money on these. Bankroll's the best, guys. And I don't know if you guys have been on Instagram lately, but we do have a big board. We do have a big board, and you'll see Eli and Benico on there, of course. But we have another guy, Mike N. Mike N. He's already in P50. He has 36 units gained. Mike N, I really love that. He's number 1 on the big board right now on bankroll. So guys, go show love to Mike N. Go show love to Eli. Go show love to Benico. And also, for the first time in actually my history, I don't know about bankroll history. I didn't crunch any numbers. This guy cracked the top 10, and I never thought I would see this in my life, cracking the top 10. Number 9 on Bankroll's big board, none other than Trevor E. Let's go, Trevor E. Like I said, never thought in my life I'd be shouting out Trevor E on a betting app, betting site, betting podcast, betting anything. Betting anything. So Trevor E, man, you're the dark horse of the week, brother. I can't believe it. Number 9 on the big board, Trevor. Oh, man, that's hilarious, guys. Because Trevor E, man, he thinks he's an underrated bettor. He's having a great week, but maybe Bankroll's helping him, because Bankroll's helping y'all. Bankroll's helping Eli. It's helping Mike. It's helping Benico. It might be helping Trevor, because Trevor's up to something. Trevor's on P25. He's really eating out there. So I'm really happy for Trevor, and I'll probably never shout him out again, but today's the day that Trevor E gets a big shout out on the Bankroll U. Oh, man. Preseason, week 2, we saw a lot of starters. We didn't see as many as we thought. Some teams played the heck out of their starters. Some teams didn't even put a starter on the field. But there's one guy that stood on business this week, and he's not a starter. But he stood about that tall on business. I'm a little biased. Standing on Business Player of the Week, Jarrett Stidham, everybody. Let's go, Jarrett. Bo Nix is back up, so the Broncos not only have a top 5, top 10 QB in the league, they have the best backup. Jarrett was 16 of 23 with 240 and 2 tubbies. And if you guys watch the film, he was doing whatever he wanted out there. He was shredding the AZ Cardinals, who are about 100 miles north of me, shredding them up, dicing them up. Jarrett Stidham, you're the man. Troy Franklin had both his TD catches. Second-year player at Oregon. Him and Bo Nix got that connection. So look for Troy this year too. And let's move on, because the Broncos, they won 27-7. That shit was too easy. But what I've been talking about a lot on the pod is the Giants QB room, and what guys are doing, what guys aren't doing. And like I said, guys, Jameis Winston is gonna ball. He's been playing well. He was out there balling. He was 6 for 11. He had a rushing touchdown. He was managing the offense. He had like 4 first downs on one drive. Jameis is balling, but Jackson Dart, the Rook. Come on, y'all. Don't sleep. A lot of people have been hitting me up. Hey, B, man, he only threw 3 passes past the line of scrimmage. I don't need to hear all that. Jackson Dart was what? Let me check the numbers here. 14 of 16, 137, 2 touchdowns. And his touchdown was on his like second or third read. So don't give me one read Jackson. Jackson's balling. The Giants, they have a pretty decent problem to have. I don't believe in the rest of their personnel. And I definitely don't believe in Russ. Russ, he came in, he threw a moonball dime shot. Whoever caught that, 8 Collins, he should have taken that to the house. But you made Russ look bad. And then you're like, okay, Russ might be onto something. And then he threw the worst pick I've seen of all preseason, Miscommunication. I guess it's preseason. You can have miscommunication in the preseason. I'm not mad about it, but Russ looked, and to me, Giants fans, you guys are gonna love Russ for the first couple of weeks. He's gonna win you. He's gonna squeak out some games, like win you some games that you shouldn't win. But then he's gonna be the real Russ, and I'm not talking about what he did in his career. I'm talking about the Russ he is now. So, Giants fans, Jackson Dart might be your future, but I'm telling you what, he's not gonna see the field anytime unless Russ gets injured or something. But Jameis is going to keep balling. I still think Jameis will do a mutual cut, and he'll go to somewhere where he might be able to play a little bit. Our favorite Italian, he hasn't been really doing much, but watch out, guys. Watch out. Another guy to watch out for too is Caleb. I've been telling everybody, no one believes in him. Everybody thinks he's a little this, a little that, paints his nails, does this. Doesn't care about football as much, but I'm telling you, Caleb Williams is going to ball this year. And I'm a firm believer. He came out and he was 6 for 10. He had 107 and a touchdown, 2 scoring drives for his team. So I think Caleb Williams is going to eat this year. A lot of people don't. A lot of people just don't like Caleb Williams. It's just kind of like Shador. A lot of people don't like him, but when he goes out and balls, don't say you heard it here first, because there's a lot of other people saying that. But I think Caleb Williams shocks the world this year and has a great year. And tune into week 1's pod, but the Bears are one of the teams I'm probably going to pick. There's about 6 teams, and I got to limit to 3 picks. But Caleb Williams balled out the other day. He makes plays. He can do a little bit of everything as a quarterback. I'm not trying to compare him to Mahomes. You can't compare a guy. Yeah, maybe the style, maybe the sidearm, maybe they're both good at throwing on the run to the left. But Mahomes has rings, and you can't compare the two. You can't. That's unfair to Caleb. Caleb had a shitty O-line last year, one of the worst in the league. So I think Caleb, if he doesn't hold the ball too long, Caleb is going to be the man this year in the NFC North. I think he takes Jordan Love's crown in the North. You guys can say Goff has a crown because they're the best team, but if you had Jordan Love on the Lions, Goff is a good player. Goff is just Goff. You know exactly what you're going to get him every week. He's not going to do anything out of the ordinary. He's going to throw you a 4-pick game once a year. But I think Caleb Williams comes out in a playoff team this year, 1. And number 2, I think he could be the most improved player, going into this year. And bringing me to another guy. And this is one of the reasons why I have the laptop out, because I don't want to get it wrong. But let me go back I was gonna make a public apology today to Dillon Gabriel. He didn't play in the first preseason game, which I knew he didn't, but he didn't get any snaps. Shador played. Dillon Gabriel came out and you might have something, and then he threw a pick six, and then he fumbles. Yeah. So I'm doubling back. Dillon Gabriel, you're weak. You you had a chance, and like when I looked at your numbers, I was like, oh, okay. And then I actually watched the film, and yeah, you're fine. And I wouldn't be criticizing you as much, Dillon, but then you went out and said this. And this is why, like I said, this is why I have the laptop. Well, one reason why I have the laptop out today. Quote, unquote, Dillon Gabriel. There's entertainers and there's competitors. My job is to compete. So if you're taking a jab at Shador, who came out and balled out and had 2 touchdowns and led a bunch of drives, had timely runs, and made his team better while he was on the field, Dillon, you were a minus 6 points with that pick six. We'll go 7. They made the extra point. And then you fumbled. Dillon, you cannot sit here and take jabs at Shador when you're not playing good football. You're playing shit football. And honestly, like this, I was going to apologize to you until you said this. Like, I was honestly going to say, you're not trash. Let me give you a fair chance like we're giving everyone else. Then you said this, and you're taking jabs at your teammates and a guy that's probably going to be ahead on the depth chart. Flacco's a starter. I guarantee you guys are both going to play this week. I guarantee you Shador is ahead of you on the depth chart, and the Browns don't want to do that. The Browns don't even want to put you below Shador on the depth chart, but they have no choice because you're not playing good football. You're a turnover machine. You play a half of football and have 2 turnovers, 1 for 6. Sorry, Dillon. Sorry, buddy. I'm not doing it with you anymore. Like, I was defending you, and I didn't have a podcast last year. I didn't have a platform to talk on last year. I got to tell my friends and my peers what I think, and I was a big Dillon Gabriel guy until he played a real squad in Ohio State, and then what? You know, the first Ohio State game played all right, but when it mattered most, he pooped the bed. I'm going to stop cursing. He pooped the bed a little bit, and now Dillon is going to make these outrageous quotes and say outlandish things about his teammate. And it's not even outlandish. I think I'd rather you sit here and say, I don't like Shador and I don't think he's this or that, than you take subtle jabs. It's like subtweeting. I don't like that. So stop. Stop, Dillon. Just go out there and worry about your game because it's not doing a lot of talking right now, all right? And then we have a big guy playing, Genty, he's has a lot of hype this year, and he pretty much got in a semi-truck accident. Genty, man, I know you want to prove a point, you're a rookie, but it's a preseason, man. That was a collision. You had a good game, 7 carries, 33 in a tub. I liked what you did, Genty. I loved it, but man, easy with the collisions, man. It looked like a semi hitting a minivan, and you were the semi. But that helmet to helmet, man. Oh man, Genty. But I pray for you. I'm not a Raider guy, but I do hope Genty's a good player. I love Genty. I loved watching him last year. And a lot of people don't know, fantasy guys. A lot of people don't know the year before last, where he led the nation in rushing. He was top 3 in receiving the year before for running backs in catches and yards. So watch out for Genty. I love his game. I love what he's going to do. Pete Carroll's a great coach. Geno, I don't know. A lot to prove. Every year I say that. And it's still the same. I'm still like, oh, Geno, I don't know. But Geno, a lot to prove. Pete and Genty, Bowers, Max. The Raiders have a solid core. It's all about Geno, though. And moving on. Like I said, guys, we have real football this week. We have real college football. But it also, I don't know about you guys. I think it's cool we're trying to bring football to Europe. But college, like, leave it for the NFL. Let them go play at Wembley Stadium and go to Germany and go to London. Let them do that. But college football needs to be played at a college football site, a nice stadium, someone's home. We have week 0. We have Kansas State, Iowa State this week. And you have one of the best QBs in the nation, arguably the best QB in the Big 12, and Avery Johnson coming out. And they're playing in Dublin. And I'm a traveler. Like, if I'm a kid, when I was 19, I didn't really care about traveling that much. But you taking 19-year-old kids to Dublin, Ireland, it's not straight football in my eyes. But we have a game, and I think that stadium is nice, and I think it should be packed. But I just think this is a game. It's week 0. It's a kickoff of the college football season. I don't think it needs to be played in Dublin, Ireland. I think it should be played in Manhattan, Kansas, to be honest. But we have Avery Johnson, guys. We have a dark horse Heisman candidate coming out. And we're going to take it to the computer because the first ever Standing on Business bankroll pick is by me right now. I don't know if you guys can see this. We'll have it on the screen above me. I don't know if you guys can see this, but our first ever bet on Standing on Business. So I might have to frame this pick because this is how you stand on business. This is your first official stand on business pick. Here it is. I have a 10K bankroll, by the way, guys. So a 10K bankroll. So we have a chance to make a lot of money. I don't know if you guys can see this. Like I said, it'll be on the screen. But we're going our first Standing on Business pick. -3. Kansas State's at -110, so I like the value there. And since we have a 10K bankroll, we are going to put 500 on that. Place pick. Let's go. Hey, first Standing on Business pick, y'all. That's how you do it. That's how you do it right there, the first one. So Avery Johnson, that's my guy. He's my dark horse Heisman candidate, and he's going to ball out this week. So let's go Wildcats. Not the real Wildcats. This is the real Wildcats right here. Just in case y'all didn't know. AZ Wildcats. It's on the shorts too. And then that moves me on. That moves me on because we go to Vegas, which is I call it my home, my second home. We're going to move to Vegas, and they play against a real sorry Idaho State Bengals squad. And Dan Mullen has a real program over there, man. You get a good coach, a guy that has to reprove himself. I think UNLV is going to have a pretty decent season out there in the Mountain West. And if they don't make noise, they will be in games. And then next year is when they'll make the real noise. But they're going to be in games. They're going to play competitive football. And they are 24.5 against the sorry Bengals. We're going UNLV with the spread. We're going 500 again. 10K bankroll. Press that B. Let's go. And that moves us on. This guy's not a dark horse. This guy's a true Heisman candidate, Jaden Daniels. Not Jalen Daniels. Now I'm mixing myself up. Not Jaden. Not Jaden Daniels, Jalen Daniels. Kansas Jayhawks, guys. And they go at home against a Fresno State team that they lost a lot of seniors, and they're kind of in transition mode in their program, and I don't know how ready to play they're going to come, so I'm going to go Kansas with the 12.5, and we're going to put 500. All right, guys, we have our first 3 bankroll picks of week 0 locked in, guys, and I'm going to be putting in picks 3 college, 3 pro a week. We'll do 2 pro and 2 college a week, and then you guys can go on bankroll and unlock my picks if you want. But that's how it's going to go. It's week 0. We're betting. We are locked in, guys, and I cannot wait. And you guys, I want everybody to lock in at 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific. We got that K-State. We got Avery Johnson. We got Iowa State Cyclones. Please lock in, guys, because then we're going to talk about nothing but ball until February. Like, are you guys ready? And like I said, we're going to talk about basketball. Quick note, Kuminga, take the trade. You're holding this organization hostage. Take the trade, Kuminga. Daniel Jones named the starting quarterback of the Colts, guys. My best friend's a Colts fan. Only Colts fan I know. So, Hakeem, if you're watching, man, the Colts are in deep doo-doo. Daniel Jones is weak. Avery Johnson and K-State. Let's go, guys. We're out. Episode 4 is a wrap.